A significant Dodgers signing is imminent as one hidden quote from a Dodgers player has gone unnoticed by the media. We're going to be breaking it down, going over how Shohei Ohtani has one big implication on Miguel Rojas returning to this team. We're going to be breaking it down, going over what this team really needs in Rojas heading into next season. We also do have a smaller update here at the end of this video regarding another free agent that we have spoken about on the channel. So if you're looking for all of your Los Angeles Dodgers news, be sure to hit the sub button. Join us here on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, your support's been absolutely phenomenal over these past couple of weeks. We appreciate everybody watching these videos day in and day out. And with the Dodgers ready to make a move, there's been one thing that has come out once again, leading to a signing being ready to be made by this Dodgers team. And it comes out right here. This one comes from, well, Miguel Rojas on what Shohei Ohtani had to say, and Ohtani said, "You're playing with me for 10 more years." And this is what Miguel Rojas had to say about that. And I got a picture of him kind of like holding me. You're telling me that I can't retire next year, that I have to play 10 more years, and I say, Shohei, I'm old. I don't know if I can play for 10 more years, but I'll sure play with you next year for sure. This was something that really went unnoticed by a lot of people. Kind of got swept underneath the rug when the Dodgers did come out here and win this second World Series. But this is something that we want to see back. We've already got Max Muncy back out on the field, and of course, we've made a few other moves by picking up some options. But the main one now that really seems to be next up on deck, whatever you want to call it, apart from any of these really big signings, is Miguel Rojas. We know how important he was to this team in this World Series, and I mean, simply by looking at the price tag, it is one that, regardless of how it happened, how it would play out, the Dodgers are going to do it. And at 36 years old, he doesn't have 10 years left, and we know that Shohei wants him here as long as possible. But having him come out and say, I'll be here next year for sure, we know the Dodgers like to reward guys like this. Guys who have been so important in a stretch of a regular season, a World Series, a postseason. Whenever a player like this, a Miguel Rojas, a Kike Hernandez, a Chris Taylor for quite some time, this Dodgers team loves to reward these guys, bring them back on a contract until they retire, rather than letting these guys walk and move elsewhere in what could be the final year of their career. And I feel like I really don't need to come out here and say why. In moments like this, when you change the game, a Game 7, top of 9, 2 outs away from losing a World Series, Rojas was able to come back, hit this home run, and make this team win. It was because of him. It was because of Yamamoto. The story still is writing itself, and at this point right now, I feel like we all really do want to see Miguel Rojas back with this team after not just this season, but his history, his story with this Dodgers franchise. And I mean, even going over the past 2 seasons, he has not been bad. For a guy at 36 years old, he has some ball left. And however long it be, you know the Dodgers are going to want to keep him around. He's a guy that, although at certain points, didn't play at every game, but 114 games this year, 103 the season before, and even with Miami in a couple, the earlier part of his career, I should say, still very consistent on the games. And he's a pretty healthy guy. He's not coming out here getting injured mid-season. He's playing regularly. And for a Dodgers team that likes to move things around, still some uncertainty on the infield. And even though you have some prospects coming up, you want to be able to lean back and rely on a guy like Miguel Rojas at really any instance. And I mean, what he's done, specifically in this postseason alone, I feel like that deserved a return to this Dodgers team if he wants to play again. And at this point right now, I think there's a big reason as to why he may not be signed yet, and it's more so due to him seeing if he does want to play another season, if he wants to go off on a high, or if he's just taking a little bit of time off before getting back to business. And I think it's really on him, not the Dodgers, if he does want to come back. I feel like there's really a blank contract there for Miguel Rojas to return to this Dodgers team, and they're just waiting on his call for this team and Andrew Friedman to get him back on this roster. And like I said, Even when you're looking at his stats from this season, not the biggest power bat. 7 home runs. He even said, this might have been my first home run off a righty this year. He did it. It don't matter what happened. And for a guy with, his accolades, everything that he's done these past few seasons with the Dodgers, I think it's just a matter of time until he will return. But once again, the big thing here at the bottom, I'll sure play with you next year, going and saying that to Shohei Ohtani. So this signing really is now at this point, I would say day by day. And I would really assume that at any point over these coming days or weeks, whenever it is, this is the signing that is just ready to go, ready to bake, and it's just a matter of time until it does happen. And with everything that's gone on, I feel like I love it. And even with this infield still being a little bit busy, you have Max Muncy back, Mookie, Freddie. You're not going to have a guy like Miguel Rojas playing every game. You're not going to have him out here every single at-bat. But he's a guy that you love to be able to bring into a game. We saw it in the situation they did in the World Series, in the postseason. Bring him in games, starting him in games. And with, once again, this result, he controls his destiny. I think that's the one big thing the Dodgers are at least willing to kind of run with over the next little while, and seeing if he does want to return to the MLB. And that really being the one thing holding him back. Now, we do have one more update before we do finish this video off. But first of all, I want to know what you guys specifically are thinking about Miguel Rojas. You want to have him back? Feel like it's a redundant question because, yes, I know a lot of people want to have him back. That was a pretty universal conversation on X. People want to see this guy back for the three-peat, sail off into the sunset because he's absolutely deserved it after giving us this World Series win, along with, once again, some big names on pitching and Yoshinobu Yamamoto as well, closing out that game. But we wouldn't have seen Yamamoto in the game if it wasn't for Rojas. So let me know in the comments below. You want him signed? Give me an S. If you do not, give me an N. And let me know why in specific if you do not. But like you probably just saw as well, ladies and gentlemen, one more update on a guy that we have spoken about before. Tatsuya Imai has been posted, or will be posted, this season by the Saitama Seibu Lions. And of course, we know his record, we know everything that has gone on, but once the window opens, teams will have 45 days to work out a contract with the right-handed starter. So we've spoken about him here before, just a little bit. We were still uncertain if he would actually be posted, even though all signs were pointing to this. Now we have the confirmation. If the Dodgers are looking for that fifth starter, they have that option there coming out of the NPB. So it'll still be an interesting one now, and something that we will have to keep a very close eye on going throughout this offseason and over the next 45 days plus, depending on the day that he does get posted. But it opens up another door for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Miguel Rojas. Throw in a Tatsuya Imai there as well, if you want him or not. Although we did speak about it, now we know it is actually possible that he will be posted, and it is at this point now, whenever he does, ready to go to the MLB. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you guys watching this video, and if you haven't already and you made it to this point in the video, be sure to hit the sub button. Join me and Jace here on the channel. Everything Dodgers, 100% free. And if you're at this point, you haven't already, you obviously want it. Every single day we got videos coming out. You won't want to miss it in a very busy free agency upcoming, but that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.